So everything happens in spirit before it has a physical manifestation, because everything comes from that infinite potential, that field of infinite potential. And that is the spirit realm. And we exist in that realm and in this realm simultaneously. And those two realms are interconnected. Welcome back, guys. Mason here with Soul Shifting Insight. Today we're talking about the soul. If you look at the soul from an analytical, scientific, materialist kind of perspective, some sort of atheistic perspective, you don't believe it exists, right? Because the soul cannot be measured and cannot be categorized. The soul is infinite. The soul is eternal. So here I have this lovely illustration I took time making. This is your soul. Now we're going to get down into a few other topics. There is a sort of microcosm and a macrocosm here. See, the soul is the spirit, and then the body is the physical matter. If you understand reality, you understand that there are two dimensions of reality that are in the same realm. You have the spirit realm and the physical realm. 3D, and then you have the infinite potential realm. We call this different things. Nikola Tesla called it the ether, and now we're calling it the 0-point energy field. It's this part of God, the part of creation, part of existence that is just underlying everything. We can't really see it with our own, we can't really detect it with our own five senses, but it's there, and it's the building blocks of everything that we experience on this physical reality. So everything happens in spirit before it has a physical manifestation, because everything comes from that infinite potential, that field of infinite potential, and that is the spirit realm. And we exist in that realm and in this realm simultaneously, and those two realms are interconnected. But your soul is the unbreakable part of you. It is everlasting. It is immortal. The kingdom of God is within you, and that's what the soul is. And death to the physical in this realm is merely a transition for the soul. It is not the end of the soul. Ways that we can tap in to our soul is feeling joy, gratitude, and listening to our heart. See, because the heart is the center, and that is where the soul is seated. Now there is debate here on where the soul is seated. Some people believe it's up here. Some believe it's up here in the body, down here in the body, in the gut, or in the brain. But the soul is the center. It's in your heart. It's the 0 point. It's the neutral point. When we provide ourselves time to listen to God's whispers through meditation and prayer, we get closer to understanding who we really are. You see, the soul sees through everything. That's because it sees from a bird's eye perspective. If you could think about an eagle or a hawk or some sort of bird in the sky, just imagine the bird looking down on the ground. It sees everything from a bird's eye perspective, right? And so that's what intuition is. It sees the whole of everything. When you're going through your day-to-day life and, you're only seeing what's in front of you, your intuition comes in hand to help you understand what your soul sees. See, intuition is just knowledge of the soul. And yes, the heart is the seat of the soul. It is the 0 point between the higher parts of our body, our higher chakras, and our lower chakras, the lower parts of our body. This is the neutral point. And so that's what connects us to the spirit realm, which is also a 0 point. It's also neutral. It's also the infinite potential. And everything emanates from there.
All life emanates from the soil. It emanates, Gordy.
Our soul is who we really are when we're stripped down from everything on the physical level. It's in the spirit realm, which is the yin to the yang realm, which is the physical realm. So the physical realm, the 3D reality, all these things that we get to touch and experience with our five senses, that's the yang realm. And the yin realm, the spirit realm. In that realm, the soul exists as a beacon of light. As you can see, I've illustrated here. See, this is the physical body. But on the spiritual realm, you're just light, right? You have form, but it's formless. It's an illusion because you're just light. So if you think about this yin and yang realm, right? the spirit realm and the physical realm. You begin to understand that there is a place that we all go to when we dream. And that is the true reality. And this life that we're living here on this earth is the real dream. But when we dream, we go to sleep, our awareness goes towards this spiritual realm because it's already there anyways. So that's where we come from. So that's where we go when we're asleep. When we are sending thoughts and prayers, for example, or simply just our own still awareness, it is like beacons of light in the spirit realm, right? These thoughts, these prayers, this awareness is light in the spirit realm. And thus those beacons of light in the spirit realm from our thoughts, prayers, intentions, and still awareness is what leads back into the physical manifestations of our intentions and our prayers and thoughts. That's what leads back into the yang realm. Now there is some influence that the physical world has on the spiritual world. It is interconnected. It is one whole thing, two sides of the same coin, two pieces of a whole. I know this is a little confusing. It may be a little confusing, but it's important to understand this concept so that you can understand the inner workings of life, to see the beauty and the pain, to see the meaning in every little moment of your life. And that actually helps you gain clarity. A lot of us forget about this, or quite simply, a lot of us are blinded to this truth. We get so tied up in these impermanent happenings of this world that we lose sight of the magical code that underlies all of it. And you see, the body is what integrates and utilizes the information of the soul and the information of the mind as well. You see, as we grow up as adults, our body is basically our inner child. Because if you think about it, every childhood memory and experience you have is deeply stored in your body. Come on, dude. I'm having a competition with the cicada here. Shut up, cicadas. Silence. See, these cicadas are a spiritual manifestation of my own resistance to making these fucking videos. So this is my karma. So intuition, which is the knowledge of the soul, often talks to the mind and the body, right? Sometimes you'll be consciously aware of your own intuition and you will act accordingly upon it. But sometimes it's not the mind and the soul connection, but it's the body and soul connection, right? So sometimes you have gut feelings, which are the intuition, and our body acts in accordance to that soul information without our conscious mind awareness. That's another form of intuition. So there's the mind-soul connection, there's the body-soul connection. So the mind, the body, and the soul are a trinity, right? The mind, body, and spirit. So I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I'll see you guys in the next video.